as part of moves at enhancing integrity in the Nigerian judicial system. The Rule of Law and Empowerment Initiative, also known as Partner West Africa Nigeria, embarked on this 3-year project to enhancing transparency and accountability in the sector. To ensure effective collaboration, it worked with the state high courts in the Nigerian capital city, Lagos and Ondo states, promoting citizens' participation in the judicial processes and improve access to information and proceedings with regards to compliance of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. Presenting the findings of the court observation on ACJ Act in the FCT, the program manager as well as the executive director P1 feel there is more to be done.
Our findings have revealed a lot of issues with the ACJA, sections with respect to reducing and stopping prosecutors from the police from coming to prosecute cases. We've been able to reveal here, based on the discussions in today's event, that is actually stalling rather than making cases to go speedily, because the cases being handled by police have now been shelved, pushed to the Ministry of Justice, and capacity is not really there to handle those cases. There are also issues of confessional statements that have come up. There are also other sections in the issues of adjournment. Day-to-day adjournment is a challenge. We're seeing that it's not taking place. Our findings are revealing that a lot of cases are handled even way above 180 days as required by the ACJA. So it's a very good law, but some of the bottlenecks or some of the issues that should have been addressed before the law comes to bear have not been addressed, and is making the law not to be effective as expected.
We're not looking at the phasing or transitioning process of introducing new initiatives within the system. What does it cost? What's the phase-out process? And we just take a decision and then we just jump into it. Closely related to this, I'll put on the table of the Ministry of Justice, the Federal Ministry of Justice. You cannot see an active part that is being played by the Federal Ministry of Justice in the implementation and monitoring and ensuring that the ACJA works. What we see with the Federal Ministry of Justice is just taking the ACJA as it is and is not learning lessons from its own stakeholders about the challenges that are being experienced in the implementation. It looks like trying to force something down, and that is definitely not going to work. I believe also Barbara made a note in her presentation about not having information forthcoming from the Federal Ministry of Justice.
Speaking further, the program manager gave recommendations to a better ACJ Act, not only in the FCT court, but in the Nigerian judicial system at large.
For review of the ACJA, that's one thing, because some of the sections are actually, the intention is for speedy trial, for speedy dispensation of justice, but there's need for review of the ACJA based on what is currently happening. Let us review to ensure that what is possible is what is in the law. Again, there's need for interagency collaboration. That's one, between the justice actors, to ensure that whatever one agency is doing feeds into the work of another agency. And then, of course, there is need for monitoring, effective monitoring of implementation by the relevant committee created by the Act. However, working with the ACJMC, we have realized that budget has not actually been appropriated to the committee. There is need also for the executive and the parliament to appropriate funding that would ensure that the committee is able to monitor implementation and thereby find out whether the Act is being implemented as expected.
Earlier in her keynote address, the Vice Chairman, Board of Directors, P1, who is a retired Honorable Justice, highlighted some vital roles of ACJ Act to the Nigerian judicial system.
In any developing country, or even developed country, administration of justice play a very vital role. It plays a very vital role. And that is why, before everything, I know we must be familiar with the administration of justice. However, the efficiency and effectiveness of the system has over the years been hampered by problems, as the problems of perennial and endemic delay, largely occasioned by inappropriate use of procedures, lack of facilities, lack of coordination, cooperation among the various institutions, and even boiling down to the issue of corruption in the system. And in fact, the problem of abuse of fundamental rights to the criminal offenders has not become
also deeply rooted in the system.
It is believed that if the recommendations are strictly adhered to by relevant authorities, the Nigerian judicial system will be better strengthened for effective service delivery. The event was attended by representatives from Federal Ministry of Justice, Nigerian Police Force, Nigerian Prison Service, among other stakeholders.